think people who are opposed to the Affordable Health Care Act should meet a father I know who has 4 kids, 2 have asthma under the age of 7. It took 3 weeks for him to get the medication that his son needed for asthma, and he ended up in the hospital before he could afford the medication. And, you know, why can't they have health insurance? What did they do?
Our patients don't have that money, and so what they end up doing, they cut their medicines in half or cut them out. I've had a patient come in who was taking her son-in-law's mother's medicine. When patients don't take their medicines correctly, they end up in the hospital, and it costs the healthcare system more money. Everyday citizens have a voice in the direction healthcare is going, and that means voting for the people that support the Affordable Care Act and other programs.
A few years ago, when we were fighting to get the Affordable Care Act passed, I was working with Debbie Wasserman Schultz. I did a press conference with her, and people were concerned about where's the money coming from. And from what I saw at the time, my patients were coming into the hospital really, really ill. Their first meeting with the doctor was in the emergency room. 2 years later, my patients are not as sick. I already knew it was a good thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, it is making a difference. So I do talk to my patients too. Whatever I find out, I inform them, you know, what do you know about what's available to you?
Now I have the privilege of introducing Carmen Morales.
I am a nurse practitioner and a certified diabetes educator. Let me tell you about how the Affordable Care Act is making an impact in my community. Recently, we had a 25-year-old, previously uninsured, but now covered through her mother's insurance plan, come to us because she found a suspicious lump. It was cancerous. Her access to our clinic probably saved her life. I'm going to continue to advocate for the Affordable Care Act. It is so important. Thank you.
I've seen some changes so far with the 2.5 million young adults who now have health care coverage. It's just one of the biggest privileges of my life to be part of this movement and to be with other SEIU members out here today.
Protect our care!
It's important that we make our voices heard about the Affordable Care Act. You're going to see that in the long run, it's going to save the country a lot more money.
We have a president that is trying to make a difference in this world, and I'm for affordable health care coverage.
As an SEIU nurse, I was very active in getting the act passed. We ran petitions, we did all kinds of actions, we did marches to support the healthcare effort. I feel really good about being here.